Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
This is Bryan Burnett from Before You Buy and Twit, and I'm here to show you the Velodyne EQ 10-inch subwoofer. At first glance, this looks like any other subwoofer, a black square box. They have done a little bit of a swoopy design on the front grille that kind of adds to it, so it definitely feels well made, has a black matte finish to it. Some of the features of this sub are it has a 390 watts dynamic bass and 195 watts RMS power. After removing the front panel, you can see the main driver, and on the top left corner is an IR receiver for the remote that comes with the subwoofer and a digital display. On the right side of the subwoofer is a mic input for auto-detecting your room settings, and but we'll get into that more later. And on the bottom of the subwoofer is a port that fires the bass downward, spreading out, extending the distance of the bass. And I would be remiss if I didn't add googly eyes to that. Taking a closer look at the back, you'll see that you have a low-pass crossover dial. Next to that is a channel for using the wireless box, manual volume up and down controls. Below that is a standby mode or always on switch, a output and input for low frequency, an IR input, and below that is speaker level inputs and your power button. The other two accessories that come with the subwoofer is a remote, which is pretty basic. Probably my only complaint of this feeling kind of cheap is the remote. It's pretty much the bare bones that they could do. And then the box that allows you to wirelessly transmit to the subwoofer. One of the features I liked most about the Velodyne was the Onetouch Auto EQ button that aids in setting up the subwoofer. So once you've found the perfect place for your subwoofer in your setup, you can use this to dial it in. Breaking it down for pros and cons, the number one pro for this subwoofer is the sound. It had a really good low frequency bass to it and added a lot to the movie watching experience. The second pro is that it's wireless. This helped a lot when finding a position for it, and I could place it in places that I wouldn't be able to normally with wires connected to it. And finally, the build quality. This is a really solid feeling subwoofer. There's no loose panels. Everything's put together really well. And on the con side, it would have to be price was the only one that I could really come up with for this subwoofer at $799. It is pretty pricey, but the sound is really nice. And maybe my second con would be cheap feeling accessories, but it's kind of a small con. So is the Velodyne EQ a buy, try, or don't buy? I would have to give it a buy. This is a really good sounding subwoofer if you're in the market. It has a couple of features that make it easy to set up, and the wireless, having it being wireless makes all the difference when setting up a subwoofer. A lot of people overlook the need for a subwoofer, but if you've ever watched your movie with a sub and then try watching it again without the sub, you'll know what I mean when I say that subwoofers do make a big difference. And having the subwoofer be wireless meant that I could put it in the right place for my setup, which is far more important than buying an expensive subwoofer and not having it in the right place. This has been Bryan Burnett from Before You Buy, reviewing the Velodyne EQ 10-inch wireless subwoofer. Thanks for watching.